lost the job because I just hit the button. I was hoping to catch you out, but no such luck.
A bit too short. A bit too short. Good evening.
My life, mate.
Welcome to
Good evening, madam.
episode Shut It, Chris. Episode 129. Pre-Christmas sack emptying. Are we actually going to be emptying our sacks live this year?
Got to be done.
Some of us have got bigger sacks than others.
True.
Well, some of us haven't had their missus disappear for a while. So, I suppose you can empty your own sack now, can't you?
Make it out like I'm in a relationship with Madeline McCann.
That's it.
Fucking weirdo. She didn't go missing. I know where she is.
And on that,
You do mention Madeline McCann more than anyone else.
and on that note, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
For me, maybe we should cut this and go live again.
Yeah, maybe we should just stop and start again. No, you see, you can't. Once you stop it, it doesn't give you the option to start broadcasting again.
Really?
Well, let's scrape ourselves to the bottom of the barrel then. Mark, come on.
What?
I don't know. It's your show, isn't it?
My show?
Yeah, it's your show.
Riyadh show.
No, it's your show. You're the famous one.
Yeah, right on. There we go, Rob. Chandler's beard has left the building. It has indeed. Chandler's beard has fucked off.
I sneezed, and it fell off. I mean, what can you do?
He was in an unfortunate Pritt stick fellatio accident.
Look, could be worse. I could have waxed my eyebrows.
Hey, don't. No.
He's got a Brazilian too. When he's got a bit excited, he looks like a sundial at noon.
You don't realise how stretchy your balls are until they've been waxed.
Oh no! Oh please! Oh.
Yeah, the birds.
I shave mine, and the only advice I can give you is go in when it's cold. It's much easier.
Do you remember the Samyad?
What?
Polio.
The great Conholio. No, do you remember the Samyad? It was a 3 kids in it or something, and no more McCann jokes, please. I can't remember what it was called. It was a Samyad. It was a little ball bag that used to sit on the.
Do you want me to get you a photo?
No, forget it.
You don't mean the new shmoo?
Hang on.
What the fuck are you on about?
The shmoo. No one knows the shmoo either.
I'm lost.
Isn't that
Spoilologist, Chris. ... Glasses.
I found it. The Samyad. 5 children in it. Let me just share my screen. Oh no.
Oh, that film from the 80s.
Yeah. But the it was a TV program.
Oh, Badger says voiced by Eddie Izzard. I'm all ears.
Was it really?
I love Eddie Izzard.
That is the Samyad. It does look like a scrotum, doesn't it?
Oh, that! I remember that thing.
Can you imagine Chrissy's balls looking like that?
That looks like what you take out of the nozzle of the Hoover.
That looks like my baby photo.
Which is also what Chris's balls probably look like.
Does it?
I pull him out my belly button at least twice a day.
Is that not what would come out? What would appear if Chewbacca and Yoda got it on?
That is probably what one of them, I'm not sure who, would give birth to.
I know they're kind of both male, but you know what I mean.
You don't know which Chewbacca, do you? You don't know.
Well,
right, so I googled Samyad to find the photo of the Samyad, and
I'm quite impressed you spelt it right.
I don't even know how you know its name.
Before the Samyad, the picture before the Samyad.
Oh no!
Is a picture
of some lad.
Mo Farah and Jimmy Savile.
Mo Farah and Jimmy Savile.
Oh no!
How? What?
What?
Followed by grot bags and animals of farthing wood. And some
completely random.
About the same time.
Search for 4 or 5 children in it, whatever it is, and see if it's actually called Samyad.
5 children at it. Let me respell that.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
5 children in it. Yeah. So it comes up with the Samyad before.
Yeah, but is that how it's actually called? Click all. of
Is
images.
that how it's spelt? Have we?
Click that.
5 children in it, and it was the Samyang. The Samyang.
That's not how you spell it. You spell it. You put a Y in it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shall we?
Look how you spell it.
Well, that can't unhappen.
Livers de Ziliac Saloon, you winker.
What?
I said Livers de Ziliac Saloon, you winker.
That sounds like a language you make up with your kids and with your friends in primary school.
Like backslang or something.
Yeah. Ukle in Agbay.
Oh, Iglay, that's in Lay Igpay.
Yeah, and that, yeah.
That day, Eindeke Ingthay.
Kaizanyazu Taizok Taizaza.
I'll have 2 with chips.
Okay.
Is that Klingon?
Now what? Teraknan. Poop. There you go. That's Klingon.
You seriously look like someone who would learn Klingon.
I did. Yeah.
Did you? Can you speak Elven?
No. Yeah, like Klingon and Elven, they're distant relatives of the same language, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, gibberish.
Klingon's interesting because they actually employed a linguist to create a full language, so that all the Klingon that is spoken in the films all correlates with this completely fictitious created language.
Whereas Elven is interesting because it's what happened when Tolkien got pissed.
Yeah. Basically, Kelly for Christmas, my wife, bought me a she bought me a cassette that said conversational Klingon on it. Thinking, oh, because I like Star Trek, so she bought me this cassette with conversational Klingon on, thinking it was something.
How long have you been with her?
Eh?
How long
had I been with her? This was probably before we got married, so only a couple of years.
So how did you still have a tape player a couple of years ago? A cassette. A cassette. She bought you a cassette in the last 2 years.
No.
Fuck me. Where are you shopping?
2 years ago.
What?
So
What? Have we lost Chandler or have we lost me?
We've lost channel.
Yeah.
That's always a little bit slow this evening.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of lag between people when they're talking.
He needs to rewind his tape.
sorry.
No, I think what he was saying was that he didn't pick it up 2 years ago. He'd have been seeing his missus for a couple of years when she got it in.
Back in 1954.
That's what I said. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, basically, she was thinking this was like some kind of audio drama, and it actually turned out to be a teach yourself Klingon cassette.
An audio
Really
drama
was.
of what? Klingon having a good catch up.
You can't get that from fucking there. You
It
can't get that.
was
from
really
fucking
random.
Stone, can you?
No.
What's the fucking language that was made up for a universal language?
Esperanto.
Esperanto. Is that a real thing? Do people learn that?
That's
That's
the real thing.
it's a combination of Spanish and Italian. Something.
Although they
along those
actually reckon that that there will be a universal language within a couple of 100 years' time.
English.
Panglish.
Cool. What?
Panglish, which is basically an amalgam of Chinese and English, essentially. Firefly playing out in reality.
Okay.
And yeah, like linguistic people have done studies, and that they reckon that if there ever is a universal language, it will take a few more 100 years to form, and it will be an amalgam of Chinese and English. And they're actually already starting to see evidence of it, apparently.
I think Paul Mangiali, he speaks that, doesn't he?
No, he's talking about something else.
No, in general. Have you heard him speak?
No, I haven't. Is he
He's like-
terrible at speaking?
He's like, right, mate, I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah, how you doing, bruv? It's like, he's half Danny Dyer, half that.
Danny DeVito.
No, half Danny Dyer, half Oscar Pistorius.
He didn't have a leg to stand on, did he?
Oh God.
Wow. This is called Stoop Low Talk UK.
You know what?
Yeah.
Really should have gone with our first idea.
We should have.
You know what they say about smashing the glass ceiling? Well, what's wrong with trying to smash the glass floor?
You know what they say? Those who live in glass houses shouldn't wank with the lights on.
Anyway, so we had a good week.
I've heard wrestling.
I don't know if anybody caught that. But it
Chris,
felt
just say I've been wrestling.
I said I've had worse weeks.
Oh,
what, like last week?
Like last week, yeah.
Chris, what wine did you decide to open?
I didn't. I got, you know, I got some wine from a certain place, but no, I didn't open that.
You know I got some wine.
I got a gin and tonic. No, I put a post in the group earlier. Mark's been about after about it.
It was a bit about right. So, do you mind if I explain the scenario, the situation?
No,
So Chris obviously likes his takeaways. I say obviously because Chris is hidden behind 4 chins. So he.
Hey, you should have seen the pizza he posted the other night. Wow.
I rest my
like these are just my. I like that pizza was my tea. Like,
how
A
many
3 kilogram pizza. You didn't say you were sharing it with anyone.
did you not see the big arm behind it? That should have been an indicator that someone else had that.
I thought it was just your cock, to be honest.
What, chubby and about as wide as an arm.
I obviously didn't think that through, did I? So Chris obviously eats a lot of takeaway, and he gets a knock on the door this evening with his takeaway. What did you have this evening, Chris?
I had a chicken burger.
So he had his chicken burger, not delivered by the usual skank that delivers it, but the owner. And in his hand was a bottle of wine. Not a fine vintage. You'd expect a fine vintage with the amount of money that Chris spends with them. But no.
Make out like I live there.
Come on, Chris, you do.
I don't. In the last couple of weeks, I've been home about fucking 4 days, so I haven't been able to rack up my usual totalings. But he's still.
I'm sure they deliver to other places.
Yeah, so am I.
They do liver.
No, just the onions, mate.
Oh, okay. You spoiled that, you cunt. Either way, you got a free bottle of fine English wine.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, that's bad, mate. There's very few decent English wines.
That might be one of them. To be honest, I don't drink wine. I drink gin.
But Chris, you have got to try the lollipop chicken.
Oh, fuck, are we still banging on about that? I've had this lecture from Mark and Paul.
I didn't lecture anyone. I didn't even try it.
Maybe you told me how good it looked.
I didn't. This particular chicken shop that we're talking about, to me, sells pigeon.
Pigeon.
Oh,
And I actually advised Paul not to order food from there.
So he's trying to feed me. Basically, they dropped a dead pigeon on the floor. It landed on a sticky old lollipop stick. They picked it up and gave it to him, and he ate it, thinking it was supposed to come on a stick.
Whilst thinking about you.
Whilst thinking about me. And he says, I was thinking of you when I ate it. I said, oh, bit kinky.
So,
Think about Chris when I put suspicious things in my mouth.
What can I say?
so Chris, what you vaping on?
Oh, we're actually vaping, aren't we? I forgot about that.
And now the vape talk starts.
Billet box, 45mg Nick Salts by Dr. Salty. Although someone's making me a UK-based 45mg Nick Salt drink juice.
Ooh.
It's obviously not for sale. He's just doing it as a thing for a mate. But I'm really excited. Really. I'm also vaping this heap. This thing.
Thought you liked it.
This is nice. This is a heap of shit.
I thought you liked it.
No, that's the mesh. This is the fucking Pulse 22.
The box is better than the mesh.
No, it's
I should go bad.
fuck off. This is actual dog shit. So I've got the dog shit RDA on top of. Can't really see because of the lighting, but let me just swivel around a little bit. Like a bright orange plug. Fuck me.
Without a door.
Right, all right.
How you getting on with that, Chris?
I like it, actually. It's nice. It feels fucking awesome. It's made up of this, like, G10, whatever that is.
G10, isn't that a Summit?
I think so. It's like it's almost like 3D printed, but they polished out the machine. It's like, it's weird. It's really nice, though. Works well.
Looks real nice.
What do you vaping on that?
And then I've got
They're not even trying anymore, are they? You seen this?
Well, oh, go to
Not
Keith.
even fucking trying.
How old is Rihanna?
They used to lie to us and give us fake names.
What? Okay.
yeah, I've got in there. I think Great Bubblegum by Imperial Vape Co. I'll just say it 3 times, but I've still got a big taste of gin in me now. Yeah, Great Bubblegum. Oh, it's so good. Just lick it. We're vaping on channel. I haven't sent your thing out, by the way. I apologise. I haven't had time.
No, don't worry about that. That's I know you're inundated with the baby stuff. Hey.
Really?
So what am I vaping on? Oh, look, here you go. You're gonna love this. Da, da, da. So I've got the CKS Icon 200 watt box mod.
Got the Tayfun GT too.
And that is a Tayfun GT. No, this is the original recipe.
Yeah, they're nice. Really nice.
My wife found it in her handbag. I lent it to her nearly 2 years back. So,
and you lose your wife for a while as well. Did she disappear?
Did she disappear for a while? Well,
just turns back up 2 years later. Like I've got this. She left it.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her for a couple of years. She just disappeared and don't know what she was doing. No, unfortunately, the wife stayed.
She went out for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, came back 2 years later.
Changed her name to Lola, became a showgirl.
But yeah, no, she found this in her handbag, and went, "Oh, look what I found."
How deep is her handbag?
What's the? Oh, fuck me! Is it just me? Does she goes? Oh, by the way, will you just go and fetch me keys out of my handbag, please? And I go into her handbag, and it's like
Behind the hat stand.
Oh, trying to find this, subatomic nuclear missile in there, and God knows what else. Yeah,
I saw last week. It's like when you get in a woman's car, there's this bloke in this bed just pulling out all this stuff out of the footwell, hoovers, cats, carpet.
It's like that. It's like that scene in Mary Poppins where she starts pulling out like the hat stand and the mirror and that just didn't impress me because I just thought that's what a woman's handbag was like.
Yeah, but see, my missus has got another trick where we go out and she'll be like, "I'll put my phone and my card in your pocket because I've got no pockets." And I'm like, "All right."
And she's just having the clutch.
We'll get there and she'll just pull out of her top a fucking hamper, fucking extra pair of shoes, a fucking umbrella. It's like, you had no pockets. Where the fuck does that come from?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and she's always Kelly's always got like a clutch. It's like, good clutch. There you go. So I end up with a mobile phone and God knows what in my pocket.
Clutch. Don't have to put your foot down on that.
Yeah. I didn't know what a clutch was, so you had to explain it to me.
Well, it's,
yeah. But yeah, no, I found this and it was still half full. I was
Please tell me you baked it.
I was completely impressed that it was actually still half full and hadn't leaked everywhere. 2 years in a handbag, I expected it to have leaked.
Well, it was fully full when she put it in there.
Is that the same juice that was in it?
Possibly. No, this is not the same juice that was in it. It was some.
Oh.
I did actually try it, and it was some shitty Hanson cola flavor. So that just wasn't good in the first place. So 2 years, it didn't mature. Should we put it that way?
That tells me that you've been vaping 5 years, and 2 years ago you're still using Hang Seng.
Quite possibly.
Disgusting.
I was still using because I gave this to Kelly because I was using a K-Fun V4, K-Fun 4 at that point. Why the hell I thought the K-Fun 4 was any better than this, I have no idea. But there we
K-Fun
go.
4 is great if you enjoy Meccano.
It's when it works, the K-Fun 4 is amazing when it works, but it worked for about 2 or 3 months before it started just pissing juice everywhere.
I have to say that it's the ugliest setup I think I've ever seen, minus the Zomo laser.
What's that? This one?
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it? My daughter picked this up and looked at that and went, "Daddy, why has it got Pinkie Pie on the front of your vapor puffer?" I have no idea why she thought that looked like a My Little Pony, but she did.
I have no idea why your daughter sounds like Leslie. That's just weird.
I want to know how you know it's a My Little Pony by the word Pinkie Pie.
Look, you will know this. You'll know this as you're little and you suddenly start learning all about all of the.
I've got a 3-year-old.
You got a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so you know all of the.
8-year-old.
You've got an 8-year-old as well.
Go watch fucking My Little Pony, mate.
Are they boys by any chance?
They are, yeah. But
Well, there you go. You know,
we're gender neutral.
I've got 2 girls. Of course, yeah. Pinkie Pie. I know all the bloody My Little Ponies. Annoyingly.
This is why you lock them in a basement with a telly.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We know where this is leading.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Trigger Dolan again.
So go on. Guess what I've put inside that? There you go.
Hang Seng.
No.
What's that other shit one that's like Hang Seng?
Decang.
The Bang Sticks.
I've put Tickle Me Pink in there, so that's got Tickle Me Pink, and it's actually still the same coil and wick.
Oh, you crap.
I haven't recoiled it yet because the coil was just I took it apart and it's like that is a new damn coil. She just didn't bloody use it. So
disgusted.
It's fine. There you go. So that is now my mouth. That's now my mouth to lung. That is just I'm glad I found that.
It's fucking same cotton.
Same cotton.
That is trampy as fuck.
2-year-old cotton. It's vaping like a charm.
I bet the Wilkinsons as well, aren't they?
The what?
I bet the Wilkinsons as well, aren't they?
That probably is. Yeah. From 2 years back, that's probably Wilkinson's cotton balls. Definitely. Yeah.
God.
My other vape is there you go. So I've got my Squonk box.
Hey, home wrecker.
Oh yes. And in that I have got my new favorite juice. That is. Can you see that?
No, put your hand behind it. That's it.
Got it.
Zero Blend.
Zero Blend.
I know the only reason you like that is because the description's on the label.
Yeah.
The description's on the label.
That's what it is.
Cookie dough ice cream. It's amazing. From Plume Blue, based in Sheffield, and yeah, try that because that cookie dough is just it's almost custard like. It's really creamy and tastes like that. Is it Ben and Jerry's that do the cookie dough?
Oh yes.
Ice cream.
Oh yes, it is.
It is exactly the same. It is.
They're sponsored by Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Plume Blue, didn't they do Colonel Booms?
Yes, they do.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name.
Jeff. Jeff was the chap I speak to, but it's not the boss, and I can't remember his name.
Come on,
there you go.
Correct us. Lee Godson. There we go.
Okay. Oh, and interestingly, he gave me because we got talking about cotton. This is talking about cotton. So he gave me some cotton. Well, it wasn't cotton. He said, "Here, I'll try this." I'm like, okay. And it was something that he'd been using. He'd bought in years ago.
So he knows that you like to use pre-used cotton then.
Well, we just got talking about cotton because I needed some cotton. And
Why, a massive fucking kilo bag of it next to you?
but he gave me this stuff, and it's actually he was going to call it Merlin's beard, but it's actually Chinese nettle fibers. And he told me what to do with it. You need to mess around with it a little bit. You need to soak it and boil it in baking soda. Then you need to boil it for a further 15 minutes. And then you need to dry it out, but you need to put it in the oven to dry it out.
Hang on, are we being trolled here? Are we being trolled?
That's more complicated than a fucking recipe.
Like when people take batteries in a microwave.
So you've got his pubes left.
And this is what came out. And I've got a feeling that I probably left it in the oven a little bit too long because it is now crispy as. And I wicked with it. And it was fucking awful. There you go. Just that is 2 hours of my life I'm just so not getting back.
See, I think what VTUK is teaching us about Chandler is that he has no fucking standards when it comes to wicking.
But on the plus side, this is what I'm using at the moment.
Oh, that's real cotton.
Didn't you hate that though?
No, the stuff I hated, it's the cotton bacon.
It absorbed too quick. It tasted too good. It was fucking horrible. Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Hang on, hold that up. We need to make sure that that's genuine cotton.
Cotton faking.
Yeah, I saw that post, and I'm actually looking at it going. To be honest, I had to look 3 times at that post to work out what the difference was. But there you go.
Sorry,
so if it wasn't genuine cotton, does that mean that probably inside that was just cotton balls?
If it was fake cotton bacon, it'd probably just vape nice.
Oh yeah.
I reckon that fucking crabapple tree bush thing that Chandler had a minute ago, that would probably be better than cotton bacon.
Chinese nettle threads.
Is that what
I'm going to ask him for some more because apparently it was when we were using not rayon, bloody hell.
Oh, that stuff turned me inside out. That stuff, it squeaked when you used it.
Yeah. Oh, for crap's sake!
As absorbent as my pubes.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be much better, but I think I just messed up the drying cycle of it, and I think I cooked it too much.
You want to put it in the microwave whilst you're recharging your batteries?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that might work. Yeah. Try that along with while I'm drying the cat.
You should have stuck it in the airing cupboard.
You put your cat in the microwave?
Only the once.
That's irresponsible, man.
Well, what can you do?
I reckon
that's the microwave now.
I reckon that's just the leftovers of Chandler's beard.
Yes. Have you cut your hair off as well? Is your hair gone?
No, my hair's still there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Still got the hair.
I thought you'd gone completely fucking mental then.
No, just the beard, and I literally shaved once, and that's it. It's coming back again.
That's how that works, mate.
So there you go, Stu. What are you vaping on?
Vapes, loads of them, fucking loads of them. Ethereum 166 Berserker, and in there I've got some of that new Indigene, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. Indigen Kona Packer. That's the coffee one. The new collaboration between Druids Brew and Manabush. More on that later. But that's very good. I've got my 67 Neo with an alpha on top. Look at that. Look at that. It's got an alpha on top. Some people know this, some people don't. Me and Chris have been busy in a way getting squonk pins sorted out for this, and the prototypes have all arrived now. So you can squank with it.
Squonk pins.
So that's lovely. That's made me very, very happy. That literally came at about when did I PM you, Chris? About 4 or 5 this afternoon.
Something like that. I had this morning, so it was being delivered today.
So I've literally only had that couple of hours, but first impressions, I'm very happy. It's working very well. And then I've also got my, oh, sorry, I've got Hackacho on there because fuck it, innit? I've also got my Vulcan 1 and another Vulcan Alpha because I'm also playing with these, which are another little thing that we've been trying out, which is some new little beauty rings to take up the gap when this is in its extended mode. Some people expressed that the gap wasn't to their taste, so we figured one way that we could do something about that would be to create a beauty ring that sits in there. And they also arrived today, and I've got some of these little knurled ones as well. I'm gonna have to get this real close so you can see the knurling. Go on, there we go.
Oh,
It's got a nice little knurl on it. That's pretty cute. Stuart looks like I do look like I'm delivery driving. I'll wear a Blue Vulcan t-shirt next time I'm wearing the red hat.
Got me a bottle of wine off earlier.
Yeah, damn, that's really unfortunate. On that, I'm vaping 6 AM from At Home Dough, which is obviously just one of the absolute best juices going. And that's me, nice and simple. 2 alphas with things underneath them and a berserker. Who's next? Chris, what are you vaping on?
I went first, you bellend. It's lanky for time.
It goes to show how good I've got at tuning you out. Mark, what are you vaping on?
Old Faithful.
ooh.
And my all-day vape, which is Cool Mint from V4. I've come across a new juice this week. Well, I say new. I think it was released at Expo, but we picked up their new line this week, last week, whenever it was. The guys from My Fancy One, who are responsible for Whitlicker. Why are you sharing my screen? Okay.
Oh, say something, Chris.
I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. It's
literally
a good observation.
I literally said pizza guy uniform, and you fit the stereotype.
I like the fact that the first 4 results on Google are all someone in a red t-shirt and a red hat.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the first 5 results on Google. That's great.
First 5, then there's one weird one, then there's another one in red, another one in red, another one in red, then blue. When you get your other Vulcan out.
All I'm saying is, it's not connected to the fact that I really like pizza. Okay.
Great news from Domino.
I do really like pizza.
No, Risa, her name is.
You're right over there. Yeah,
Pizza.
she answers to pizza. She knows the good stuff.
Either way, the guys from My Fancy One.
I just got visions of Risa in like a Hawaiian skirt, being like a Hawaiian Risa.
What, ham and pineapple, just hanging.
Yeah, that's the one.
Strings.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have issue with putting fruit on a pizza?
Nope.
Fucking
It belongs there.
Nope.
Pineapple on pizza is fucking delicious.
I've got no issue.
Ham and pineapple for the win.
Pineapple on pizza is great, but there was a guy at work who had banana on a pizza.
Oh, that's fucking silly. That just doesn't go.
Just wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just stupid.
It's
It's like dipping chocolate bars in gravy. There's just no point.
I had a bite of it and gave it back to him. It was
I tell you what's actually nicer than ham and pineapple, though. Pepperoni and pineapple.
No.
Chorizo and pineapple.
Wrong.
I was giving Dale a cooking lesson yesterday, right? Best and easiest thing in the world to make, right? Put sliced chorizo at the bottom of like a muffin tray tin. You know, like the silicon ones.
Yeah.
Sliced chorizo at the bottom, crack an egg in, cheese on top, put it in the oven. Oh my god, it's like a Spanish egg McMuffin. It is amazing. You'd have to obviously put it in a muffin, not just eat it on its own. It's so good.
Yes, that seems fine.
Fuck you.
I did see a post on I can't remember now whether it was Facebook or Instagram, but I just remember it because it was a pizza that had got that got pineapple, banana slices, kiwi, and half a strawberry on the pizza.
There's a nice bar in Alexandra Palace. As you get off the train, there's like one way takes you up to the Ali Pali, what do you call it, arena or whatever. Then the other side, literally, it takes you down onto the street, and straight in front of you is a pub. And in there, they have their own stone-baked pizza oven. So nice bar, so nice beers, and you're sitting there and you're having a drink, and then you can literally walk into the pizza bit, and they'll make you a pizza, bring it up to your table. They had one that was like a pizza base, but with chocolate spread instead of tomato sauce. And it had like banana, strawberry, something else, and then dusted with icing powder.
Right, as long as it's not cheese on the top.
No, it was beautiful.
Surely grated white chocolate on the top. That's the way to do that. That's grated, by the way. That means grated, in case you didn't know.
Does it? It looks like you wank off a really tiny wheelie.
Also means that there's some crossover in language. Cafe means coffee.
So we're discussing.
Mark, what are you vaping on, mate?
So the guys at I Fancy One, the guys that are responsible for Whitlicker, came up with the Rewind series, and I'm vaping on Roller.
Is it good?
It is. It tastes like an old school traditional cola bottle.
Roller cola.
Nice, clever.
Proper cola bottle. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed because obviously with our Jeffries range, we're working on a sweetie range, and the cola bottle was one on our list. And yeah, I think I'm going to actually not bother because I'm not going to get anywhere close. It's absolutely incredible.
I might have to actually pay actual money for one.
It is. It does look like a bottle of red heat, deep heat.
Deep heat. It does.
But honestly, it's fucking incredible. And you know me, I'm the pickiest cunt alive.
Have you tried vaping it for back pain?
I've not, but I could really do with it this week.
Try rubbing a bit on.
It's suppository.
Yeah, shove it in sideways.
Is that what that nozzle's for?
Exactly.
I always wondered.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's what all those customers meant when they said stick your juice up your arse.
Yeah. There you go.
Vaping on my Molly, my horrible cap since last week's accident. I actually put it in the bin tonight.
Oh, bless you.
Rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces. But really not liking the metal top. But hey, it'll do for now.
So ugly.
Huh?
It's so ugly.
That's it. Cheer him up. You know, he's just broken a beautiful top cap, and you're now telling him how horrible. It looks great, Mark. I think that I think it's fine, but when you get a replacement.
He hasn't been a victim of an acid attack, right?
Don't worry, Mark. That's what Risa said about me when she first met me, and I've got 6 months out of her. All right. Hey, it'll do is fine.
What you want to do is when you go on your first date, keep going on about how small your willy is, and then they'll be really surprised and pleased with the average 4.5, 5 inch you whack out.
That's exactly what I do all the time.
It's genius. Oh, it's so small. And get it out and they're like, oh, it's average actually.
Ooh, that is satisfyingly average.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, it's just said, sorry, Pops has just said, that's a coincidence. I got a Coca-Cola one called Coca-Cola. Smells fucking manky, scared. But I'm guessing with the name Coca-Cola, I'm guessing it's a red. Comes in a red bottle with a.
I'm imagining that in Pops' accent as well. We've got to get him on the show at some point. He's just got the best accent in the world. He's so good to listen to.
I don't know if I've met him.
Oh, he's great.
Watch his lives.
Coca-Cola.
Is it not Kochak cola, like some sort of Russian thing?
No, I think it's a blatant rip-off, isn't it?
Kojak Cola.
If it's the one that I saw at Expo, yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a few.
People do love ripping shit off in this industry, don't they?
It's not been good this week for bullshit.
It's
Did you
really
actually, the bullshit you were showing to us the other day, did you actually have that in your possession?
Did I fuck?
I didn't know whether someone had
Oh my
sent
god!
it
I've
to
just found. Hang on. Right. Bear with. I'm just about to share my screen. So the juice, as I assumed, that's been spoke about, is called Coca Cola, and I have got zero time for that.
Oh my god.
wow.
That is a juice they can stick up their ass.
Yeah, I mean that's not even trying, is it?
Hashtag let's vape. Hashtag no, jump off a bridge.
Hashtag I'd rather cheese grate my bellend.
Oh,
It's like they might as well just have a box that says "Please sue me."
Jay's Vape Reviews has just sent me a dick pic.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that, Jay.
I think everyone has, hasn't it? So what I'm banging on about, let me just find the photo. I put it in our group, didn't I?
Yeah.
So the photo that I am currently banging on about was a photo that I saw this week, and I think a few people did.
Yeah, that's the photo that he's just sent me, I think. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the same photo that Jay's just sent me.
So we're talking
Yeah,
about Twixy, Muffin, Bounty. Oh,
These are the guys that were at Expo, weren't they? Did you see them? I know you were on the stall most of the
wasn't
time.
it Venom Vapes that had him at Expo?
they were right next door to us, Stu.
It was Venom Vapes, weren't it?
I'm not sure who it was. I wouldn't want
They've got them in gift boxes, like the Christmas presentation chocolate boxes.
You're spoiling my content now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So here we go. Let me. Seeing as you've brought it up, I've lost the Hangout screen. So, how do we all fancy a vapor selection box?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They were at Expo, and
Three of those look tasty.
What, the chocolate bars?
What, the Snockers?
Them Snackers bars.
They might as well have gone to Lidl and got the Lidl's ones.
I'm actually curious. I could see the words "win £1,000." Do we need to spend on? Oh, there's a website address.
Do you know what I love most?
don't advertise the website.
Do you know what I actually love most about that? The pikey bastards have gone to all that effort to put 3 Snickers bars and 3 fucking bottles of chavvy nasty juice into a box that clearly wasn't made for it because none of the compartments in the box fit any of the things that are in them. it's like turning up with a box that's, you know, shaped for something very specific, like a tennis racket or something, and just filling it with chicken. It just doesn't belong. It clearly doesn't belong.
I'm sure that those guys were next to us at Expo, Stu, and I'm pretty sure day one, which was obviously the B2B day, they were everywhere. And then there were whispers of rogue traders walking around.
Yeah.
Suddenly disappeared.
Whispers, what, the chocolate bar?
Yeah.
I know someone mentioned to them, aren't you worried about Cadbury's being not particularly happy with you? And their response was, "That's all right, we're bigger than Cadbury's."
Oh, fuck yeah.
The guy thinks he's John Lennon.
If you look at that picture again, though, the selection box one, none of those juices even look vaguely related to chocolate.
I agree.
But it's okay because they wish us a cloudy Christmas.
What they need is branding that's like the Snickers logo with a Z on the end, or like the Coca-Cola logo with a K wedged in the middle. That's what they need if they're going to do that.
No, but I mean, you're taking half a trip up a mountain where you still can't see. You can't see any of the view because of the trees.
I'm curious.
To go that far to be a cunt, you might as well just go to the top.
I'm curious, right? Obviously, these juices exist. how many people who are face palming and double face palming have actually tried any of these complete rip-off juices. Are they any good? Do they taste like what they profess to be? I've never tasted them. I cannot bring myself to.
Do you know what? I don't say this lightly, but I've never been willing to give them my money, and I honestly think I'd be more willing to give Big Tobacco my money than these cunts.
Oh, that's a big claim there, Stu.
Oh no, because the thing is, right, even though they're only doing it for money, at least Big Tobacco are now making vapor products, and they are vapor products with original branding, and they are vapor products that they do their own research and development for. You know, they might be cunts, they might be evil cunts, but at least what they are now doing is proper.
Mark's just said, I only tried 2 juices over the weekend. Oh, okay. Can we get Yusuf on? Can he do a live taste test?
Yeah, get him in.
Of Coca Koala or
Just
whatever.
get Pops in because I want to listen to his accent.
I want
It's like 4 lions, mate. It's fucking brilliant.
If I'm going to adopt him as a dad, I need to know what he sounds like.
Let me.
Chris, you've seen 4 Lions, haven't you?
Is that the 3 black guys and a white guy?
No.
What's that film?
It's the satire about the 4 jihadis who they all sort of want to be terrorists, but they're not quite very good at it.
What am I thinking of? Oh,
It smells peppery.
Come on, Pops. Come on and do a taste test for us.
I'm just messaging him now.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I've not seen 4 Lions. I've seen 4 Brothers.
Oh, he's with the kids.
He's with the kids.
With the kids. Mark just locks his up in the corner while he does Vape Talk UK. Come on.
Oh, that sounds right up my alley, Mikey. Where's that from?
It's not Rubicon, it's Ruby's son. I don't know how I know that, but
it actually does sound amazing. Sounds right up my alleyway.
I'll send you a bottle, Chris.
Is that a Capri Sun flavour or something?
I'm joking, Chris.
I want some. That actually sounds right up my street, flavour-wise. I want a really good iron brew one, but I don't know anyone that makes one.
I know someone who makes a really good one. You probably had loads of free shit off him as well.
Oh, it's that Riot Squad do one, don't they? Yeah.
Never taken any free shit off Riot Squad, thank you very much.
I don't actually have a bottle here, Chris. So, I do. Iron brew. Made in Scotland from Goddard.
Spelt wrong, mate.
That stuff is great.
Hang on, what?
There you go.
Iron brews.
That's the stuff.
That's annoying.
Wrong also.
Oh, look, Lindsay's just come in with a new vape. Can you believe it?
Smoking on coconut oils.
We were literally just abusing it.
Yeah, they're really not trying this week, these porn bots. Look.
Oh, look, Sarah. Oh, you deleted it. I wanted to chat Sarah up. I wanted to get a clout out. Am I guessing that Vulcan Bros is your brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is really funny because he turned up just in time for the 4 Lions bit, and that's one of his favourite films as well.
I like the who did the typo and typed in. I can't see it now. Someone typed in 4 loins.
4 loins. Oh, yeah. Love those tenderloins.
Yeah.
I like the tenderloins.
Right, is Gunter genuine? I'm trying to.
It's hard to know, isn't it? It's hard to know. It could just be some lovely gay bloke that really fancies men with beards, or it could be another porn bot. No way of knowing.
Yeah, it is.
You see, that still doesn't prove anything, though. We still don't know that that's a porn bot.
Well, there's There's no web link or anything, so you know.
Gunter, find me on Facebook. Send nudes.
No, it's a real person, I think.
I think it is a real person.
Gunter,
Yay, Gunter!
Can you write in the chat bread, please?
What?
Bread. Good word.
Whatever.
One of my favourite words.
Whatever turned you on.
Bread.
Bread.
Who doesn't like bread?
Yeah, no, he's not. Oh no, that's a bot. That's a bot.
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh no!
I was right.
Hang on, I've got to get me waistcoat.
I reckon it still could be a person.
It is a person.
I don't know that there's any human on this planet that could say no to typing bread on command.
What is behind Mark?
500 Mandem.
I'm confused. Oh, what, the box? The box. It's a supermarket. It's a supermarket playset for my daughter's Christmas present.
Okay, she'll never see it there. It's nicely hidden.
You didn't tell me you were Santa. I knew you were going out with an elf, but
He actually smiled.
She's got a nail painted all Christmassy as well.
check her temperature for me, please, man.
Looks a bit suspicious. It's genuine.
To be fair, my thumbnail with Stu's little white hands over his face, he looks a bit like Santa.
Do I need to put the main lights on? Oh, I've not got the.
That's it. Get big light on.
Put your hands up like this again.
They are big light on.
There we go. Big lights on.
Stu, with your really pale hands, put them up to your chin again. You look like Santa.
Thanks, mate. You're like a cunt.
What can I say? Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, he's fully erected now, like a tent.
Yes.
It's like the big top at Fest.
Is it going to be a raffle? Pops, I defo look like Black Santa. Chris, you spelt Gunter wrong. That's a G.
Oh, sorry.
You know, like an egg.
And I lost.
That's got to be what it is, isn't it? Gunter. He's obviously very excited for the Ready Player One movie.
I am very excited for the Ready. Is anyone else in chat excited for the Ready
If you're
Player?
not excited for the Ready Player One movie, then wrong show, unfortunately, because we're really excited for it.
Lindsay's excited.
Yeah, Lindsay's excited for Mark,
He's so excited she smiled twice today. I mean,
which is twice more than she smiled in the last year.
her cheeks must be so sore. Exercising muscles she didn't know she had.
Is that the whole hamster and the banana joke?
Oh, Chris JB, you are getting nudes sent to you.
Yeah.
Gunter, look him up on Facebook. His name is Chris JB.
No, this is a business inquiry, mate.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Windows update. That's not happening. Snooze.
That's a business inquiry, that is.
Oh, this is really cute. This is really cute that Chris has found love through VapeTalk UK.
We found love in a hopeless place.
Are you saying VapeTalk UK is a hopeless place? Not very nice. Are we going to talk about vaping at all tonight?
Are you actually giving out my Facebook account?
Yes, Mark. Fuck. Oh, Chris, you're going to get so many dicks in your inbox and in your Facebook DMs as well. Because your inbox is your ass.
Where's Badger? Where's Badger when we need him with his quick fire delete button?
What are you talking about? This guy is never getting blocked from Facebook, from UK chat.
I like Gunter.
Gunter is very welcome here.
Just
Oh,
3
3 minute
minutes
wait.
Nice.
He's
Funny.
18. Viagra's needs time to kick in.
Sending me a fucking invoice.
Oh.
Gave up my Facebook profile.
You're going to get so many friend requests.
What, 6?
There we go. I've hidden it, Chris. Oh, yo.
Oh, I've got an inbox.
It's good that he's a metal fan. I like that.
Some
Yeah.
Das ist gut, ja?
Das ist ubergut.
Ubergut.
That means over. That means over good.
Have you seen Eurotrip? Miss
Nah.
Scusi.
Right. Shall we get back to the vape show?
Yeah. Let's get back to the vape show. I think we ought to before the plug gets pulled.
I prefer gun to talk.
It's the most derailed we've ever been.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that, to be fair.
To be fair, we didn't have a lot of content before we came on, so.
Oh, Mike's got loads. He's carrying us this week.
So
No wonder
what,
he's back at us.
what are we doing? Where are we going next?
Birmingham.
Is it?
Because I'm dying for a piss. So if no one else has got any content, I'm going to have to sit on it.
Oh yeah.
Go on then. I'll do some. Shall I do some comedy Facebook pics then?
Oh,
Brilliant.
have you got some posts of the week?
Oh yes.
Wait until Gunter DMs me.
Chris,
All
Chris,
right. Okay.
remember-
Oops, hang on.
not to share your screen because you'll have the video pulled.
Won't be the only thing getting pulled.
Just send them to me.
I'll tag your Christmas.
Right. Let's get some. Here you go. Here are some mildly amusing. Well, it would help if I shared my screen, wouldn't it? Can you tell I'm really professional at this?
Oh.
There we go. There we go. What do you think to them?
Those.
I thought
That's
found
like,
this on Instagram. I thought this was, best coils ever. What do you reckon?
that's
Hey,
like,
Pandora Blue liked it.
Yeah,
She
That's
knows loads about vaping.
absolutely.
it's like literally the definition of staple coils made from actual fucking staples.
I think they're paper clips, to be fair.
They've got fucking 2 different screws in the post holes.
I know. I spotted that and thought, let's just try and find the shonkiest RDA and just try and make a coil to match.
Hang on, there's like 4,000 likes on that.
Yeah, 3,936 likes on that.
Yeah, it's made
It's
by,
got to be good.
it's made by the coilologist, I think. Got a bit of
But
a-
I like. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Here I am pointing with my mouse. That second wrap from the end. Is it me or is there a break in it?
It looks like a break in it. It does look
does.
like it.
Do us a favour. Can you just find the original post and tell me if there's actually a what the actual blurb says about it?
Oh, let's have a look. See if I can find the original post. Yeah, okay. In 30 seconds flat.
Well, I'll tell you what. You go on. I'll look on there.
Go on. You see if you can find vape support and see if you can find them. And I'll go on to the next one if I can.
Yeah, you be very careful with that Windows photo viewer.
There's 100.
Windows 98.
Oh, I know, and I now can't see the things at the bottom. There we go.
There's 148,000 followers on that account,
148,000.
and they're reposting shit like that.
That's Hendo's lizard.
Oh yes. Now, I like this one purely because
Lizards are fucking cool.
the lizard is awesome. It's a phobic mod. But what I liked about this was the comment that got posted on it. Here you go. You ready for this? Nigel Moxon did a great job coating your lizard, pal. Which, yeah, I like that. If you've not seen, is it? No. What's his mods called now that he makes? I nearly said CSM, but that's someone completely different. Yeah, the squonk mods that Nigel Moxon makes, the coating on it, they're fantastic. But yeah, it just made me laugh. There you go. Thought I'd show you that one.
The person that posted that picture, the one you showed before,
Yeah.
is a manufacturer, right? And they were showing off the product, I'm presuming. It says a one-stop hub for all vapors. And there's 110,000 followers for that company in China.
Bloody hell.
Fuck me, there must be some right janky vapors over there.
You know, on these coils, do you get like bare clouds, bro?
Oh, the barest, definitely.
Barest.
What is that? What is that coil? It's like 24 gauge wrapped around a 3.5 mil snaggletooth.
Something like that. I think if they probably just wrapped it around their finger before putting it in. But anyway, there you go. How's that?
Classic.
I just
That is
I like
classic, that picture.
I like the comment underneath. That's one commuter vapor.
Indeed. He probably catches public transport everywhere he goes.
Absolutely. I think it's supposed to say committed, but you know.
Can I just quickly show this? Hopefully it will show. This is a video they've made for one of their products where he drops it in a shitty toilet, pulls it out, wipes it off, and uses it again. This is
What?
a cool advert they've made for one of their products.
What?
Look. Look.
Oh no!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, he's vaping piss.
Nice.
There
oh.
was shit in that toilet. There wasn't just piss.
Was it Avenue 40?
Huh?
Was that Avenue 40?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it supposed to be a waterproof mod or something?
Is it piss proof?
Shit proof.
Ew. Oh, that's just wrong.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Oh. And my last post, there we go. This just happened to be one of the adverts that just popped up in the feed. And I just really thought that, Chris, you might like those.
They're all great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get my mum one for Christmas.
There's nothing wrong with any of them.
So there you go. That's it.
Do you guys remember the saga of Steve Age of Steam shirts? Do you remember that being a thing for a while?
They're a bit scary.
Yeah, he had some very loud shirts. Get him one of those. He'd look lovely in that.
I thought it would go with your Rick and Morty hoodie.
Sorry. This bloke, this is another one of their videos. It's a bloke taking a fucking lung hit off 4 joules at the same time.
Why? Why is he doing that?
It's like
Dedication.
It's like cunty vapors. Look, talking of cunt, another one of their videos. A fucking joke.
You know that everyone was saying like, oh, has he got AIDS or is he dying or something? Did
Yeah.
you see the video that he released explaining that?
I did, yeah.
Apparently, bet his mate that he could lose, what was it, like
80 pounds.
80 pounds in a year. And that's why he now looks like Skeletor.
So he went out, got himself AIDS, and
AIDS did the rest for him. Oh, do you want to see something cool?
All right, shave my legs for you tonight.
I've managed to somehow vent a Duracell. Look at that. they vent through the bottom. I never knew this. They don't vent through the positive. They vent through the bottom. Look at that. Not just one.
That's what happens when you build a 0.02 sticker.
Not just one. There's another one. Come on, focus, you little cunt. Focus. Focus. Look, Chris, it must remind you of being back in school. Focus. And then there's a third one.
have you just
Is this
And
is this because you had? Is this because you had that batch of adapters got sent to you that were a bit small?
He got
Have you been just been using the AA instead?
no, he got those from Next Day Batteries.
Yeah, they're all from Next Day Batteries. No, I actually just found them in my drawer like that. I don't know how they vented, but I've never even seen Duracell batteries go before. I've never seen
How?
You shouldn't be keeping them loose in your drawer without one of those battery condoms on.
Well, they were in that, but they managed to roll out of the open end.
I want to know what condition the rabbit's in.
It's not eating anymore.
Oh, imagine it was done during use. Pow.
Why does everyone think I own a sex toy? Why do I look like the main candidate on this show for owning a sex toy?
Well,
Mark used to be a school teacher.
Whilst that is extremely accurate, that you do look like the most likely to own a sex toy, it's also stated what is Risa not allowed to use your bedroom drawers, just to store all her clothes in cardboard boxes.
No, she has her own drawers in the house that she puts her own possessions in. The implication is that the rampant rabbit is mine. No one said anything about it being hers.
I was listening to Radio 1 the other day, going to the hospital, and there was a story on, they were doing extreme breakups, and one bloke went round the house and took the batteries out of every remote, every marital aid, everything he could find when he split up with his missus, and he said he got a text 3 days later saying, very fucking mature. That was you, wasn't it? You were trying to change the channel. Risa had borrowed all the batteries, and you went and got them back, and they blew up.
They take one battery. Why would she borrow all the batteries?
How would you know how many batteries they take?
Because
maybe she uses it a lot.
Maybe she does use it a lot. Yeah.
Why she needs more than one battery? But how do you know how many batteries?
Yeah.
You don't own one.
You see, Lindsay's rechargeable.
Rabbit takes 3 batteries anyway.
Fuck off, Mark. Lindsay's a fucking petrol star.
Rabbits take 4.
I said I don't own one. I didn't say I've never seen or operated one.
I've never sat on one.
The ones that go like that. It's hard to aim them.
You look like one of those things you used to get when you were a kid. You know, those little like fairy. They were like dragon lords, and you stuck them on this thing and pulled it, and they span in the air.
Oh yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, you looked like one of them, didn't you?
I find it interesting that we're just about what we're discussing when we suddenly get another one of those spam bots come in.
I find it interesting that Mark banned her, whereas Badger decided she just needed 5 minutes in timeout.
Splash a bit of cold water on your face, love, and calm.
Yeah. You go and sit under the waist that 5 minutes and think about what you've done. All do.
Go sit in the corridor. You've had too much to drink. You're not getting on the flight.
Oh, don't start, Chris.
Cool.
Did your letter any? This is probably not a conversation for her, but did your letter get you anywhere?
Yes and no, but we will talk about this at another time. So, Stu, tell us about the texture on the outside of your rabbit.
It's rubbery.
Is it matte or is it like gloss shine?
It's like rubberized, you know.
Nice.
Rubber is sort of the implication, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
Got those little knobbles halfway up it though. They're good.
If you lost it today, would you go out and buy it again?
No, they're a bit heavy. To be honest, I'd buy something a bit smaller and a bit more portable. I think. Or a Hitachi. They're good.
No, the Hitachis are shit.
Are they tellies?
Right, get yourself a womanizer,
mate.
No, because that would sort of make Stu intimidated, wouldn't it? He'd have to stop
get
being
yourself
so
a womanizer. She'll agree.
What are we agreeing on?
What am I agreeing on air?
Womanizer.
People about dildos.
What's a womanizer?
What's a womanizer? She's playing all thick now.
It's like Britney Spears song, isn't it?
So that thing you put on your clit and it sucks.
That purple one I've got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Not a fuck to give them to. God bless them.
There's literally no.
Yeah, get yourself a womanizer that look like that, and then.
When did you buy that?
Where or when?
When? Because the box seems very readily available.
Why is it the same shape as a mouse? That's what concerns me. That could lead to some very uncomfortable mistakes at the desk.
Because on your clitter mouse.
Slow-mo. You know what? My sister, I was around my sister's, and she was watching. She'd put a list of like reviews of like hardware on her YouTube, on her telly, and she had this playlist going. There was about 6 or 7 reviews. 3 of them were for the Pandora, which was weird, but she wanted to know what other people thought. So no, she's watching it. I snuck in this fucking sex toy review halfway through it. And for the first like 7 minutes, she thought it was a mod. And she was like, that woman really likes that mod for some reason. And it was only when she put batteries in it, she was like, oh, that's not a mod. Oh, fucking hell. Oh.
So is it so does this mean that next week can we have a full review of this womanizer then, please, Matt?
I'll get Lindsay on it.
Right.
On it, I'll get it on.
We don't want a practical love. We just want an oral examination. No, we don't want an oral examination.
Well, Mark, let's not exclude Mark.
We want a written exam, not.
You don't want it all.
No, we don't want oral or.
See, now you know when we talk about content and stuff between shows.
Yeah.
And we say about, you know, like the viewers are low when the content is boring and the viewers are higher when the content is engaging and that sort of thing. We've basically spoken about dildos for most of this show and we've got 41 viewers, which is what we have for like a fairly average show.
Maybe this is what they want to know.
Maybe vapers want to know more about dildos.
They'll come here to see Sarah. She got banned, so now we've got to pick up the slack. Risa, Risa, how big's your pocket rocket?
She's ignoring you. she's giving me that smile of I'm gonna murder him. So that's good news.
I went to Ann Summers with her when we were in Birmingham. She says you can have anything you want. She said I'll have the red one. I said that's the fire extinguisher.
That's a good joke. I like that.
Now she's dressed you up as it tonight. Good evening, Big Hat.
Oh,
Hey, baby.
take it on air. Take it on air.
No.
Our phone's ringing.
You thought,
Go on, answer it. And if it's important, then mute yourself.
Right, get off the phone then. Do you want me to come out?
But they're leaving a message, so it's all good.
Play it live. Play it live.
It's got their phone number on it.
I've got the
Mr. Donut, this is Customs, just letting you know that your shipment of womanizers has arrived.
Your smock womanizer import tax costs is.
Yeah, Dino's just posted this all started from a couple of vented AA batteries. It's because obviously that is what AA batteries are for.
I don't have anyone admit it to who killed Mrs. Green with the candlestick in the who wore out the vibrator, Stu, you or Risa? That is on everyone's minds. The question on everyone's mind.
It's because we don't have.
Because it was a joint effort. That is our official story, and we're sticking to it.
A double-ended.
To the vibrator, we do clean it.
Like Darth Maul's visited with double-ender. Is anyone looking forward to the new Star Wars?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
I was looking forward to it until I read today that Ready Player One was pushed back to March to not conflict with Star Wars.
No, that's a good thing, Chris. That's a good thing. We need as many people as possible to see Ready Player One.
No. It should have been Star Wars that got pushed back. Fuck Star Wars.
Yeah, like Star Wars is going to get pushed back. They always release just before Christmas.
I love Star Wars, but fuck Star Wars if Ready Player One's getting put in. Bastards.
No, I'm sorry. In a fight between Star Wars and anybody else, Star Wars is they're the bigger player, aren't they?
What about Mechagodzilla though?
Speaking of which, Pacific Rim's getting a sequel.
Is that one of yours and Reese's own movie?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Pacific Rim's getting a sequel. You know Pacific Rim.
Isn't that? No, that's not. I'm thinking of Prometheus.
That's the one with the giant robot things.
Yeah, giant robots versus giant monsters. No storyline whatsoever. Just big things beating up big things.
That was awesome. I loved that movie. Yeah,
great movie. Yeah, it got green lighted for a sequel. I can't believe it myself, but
I was thinking of
awesome.
What's the one that's like a what did you say it was called? Pacific Rim? Prometheus.
Prometheus. No, that's not good.
No, it isn't good. That's why I was wondering why you were excited about
Apparently that's something to do with aliens, but I don't see it.
I'm not entirely sure. They're like sort of weird hillbilly half cousins, aren't they?
Remember when we used to talk about vaping?
Why have you got Heisenberg in your squirty bottle, Mark?
It's just where I keep it.
And why did you sniff it?
Oh, you
Make sure it was Heisenberg and not window cleaner.
I was removing the label off something.
Ah, okay.
Ah, mouthwash.
Exactly.
It does look like that. It does look like that VG window cleaner.
Ishne on the EG Indoway Enaclay.
Okay. So,
Me, you seriously spent too much time around teenagers.
That's
No,
right.
like as a teacher, as a not as a, you've learned to speak the language.
Okay.
oh man.
So, shall we do some serious stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we definitely should. It's 9:20 and we've barely said 2 words about vaping.
2 words about vaping.
Which is great, by the way, but you know, we do have an audience.
So there was a something I noticed this week on my timeline, and I quote, UPS are now checking orders when they enter the country for TPD compliance. I took a call today asking if I had any nicotine in some concentrates I had imported. They say they have been given orders to check for tanks over 5 ml and nicotine containing products. So it looks as though UPS are now playing God. UPS see a liquid and they assume it's got nicotine in. UPS see a tank and assume it's more than 5 ml. So what are our thoughts, guys? They're policing something they don't understand.
5 mil, I don't know where that comes from.
Oh dear. Sorry about that. I was
I've realised, Chris, now we've lost any money for that, and Britney Spears will now get all our money for this show.
That was less than 10 seconds. That's fair usage.
I was looking up a new vaping product, but I clicked the wrong link.
Vape have got those in, Chris. Don't worry about it. You don't need to look far.
I love it. You click the wrong link and you end up with that playing instead. What were you clicking on?
Remember VTUK 10 at checkout for 10% off your womanizer. Only at Vape.
Maybe checking a free bottle of lube.
It was satirical.
Oh.
VG, Mark.
No lube.
Oh, lube. Just lube.
Just lube. I've even got some tingly stuff that makes your bell end. Anyway, so UPS
Going back to the
thoughts.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because I saw I don't know whether it was a same post, a similar post. This chap was going, yeah, I had it's been fine before. It's come through. If it's for personal use, they've let it through. And now they're checking.
But this particular guy manufactures e-liquid and obviously imports flavouring, whether that's Capella, whether that's whatever. He's importing flavourings. And UPS have stopped it. And the words, he was told that they're either going to send it back or destroy it.
Well, they wouldn't let it through.
Nope.
Why?
So, but technically, if he's a manufacturer, he could import 10 litres of 72-gram nic, presumably.
He could,
because it's not for resale. He's a manufacturer, therefore he is entitled to import that, presumably.
Indeed.
Well,
So
the legislation prevents sale in the UK.
Yep.
It
doesn't prevent the import
from abroad.
If I was to manufacture that in 12 milligram, 60 ml bottles, I could quite happily do that and export it.
Yeah, you just can't sell it in the UK.
I cannot sell to retail customers. I could wholesale that to another UK company completely legally. We're just not allowed to sell to retail.
Yeah.
So to me, it looks as though UPS, okay, they've had their orders. But are they doing?
Strikes me as none of their fucking business.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like, I don't know what would be the regulations on if I went and ordered 600 fags from abroad to be posted in.
As long as your duty is paid, you're completely fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't it Customs and Excise's job to seize anything that isn't legal anyway?
Yeah, but I think DHL and UPS have their own branches of like, because you can prepay it to get through customs.
Yeah, well, I know my DHL account. They pay for it to enter the UK. Yeah, so everything is cleared before it gets to me, and then they invoice me for what's coming through.
Well, I wondered about because when I found the Tayfun, I looked up Tayfun because I was trying to find out when it was first manufactured, and I didn't realise that Tayfun had brought out a GT3. So there's a GT3 that came out earlier this year, and probably the reason we haven't heard about it is in Germany with their TPD regs, a 5mm tank is perfectly fine. But apparently, if I ordered a GT3 direct from Tayfun, they wouldn't send it to the UK because our TPD regs are 2mm tanks, so they won't send it to us.
Spot on to them for doing that.
But that's not like what's in the parcel doesn't have any context attached to it. You know, just because it is a non-TPD compliant product, that doesn't mean it's going to a retail user. Therefore, it's not necessarily in breach of any laws. In fact, if you're importing it and it's in any kind of quantity, it's more likely that it's not going to a retail user. And if it isn't in breach of any laws, what business have they got getting involved?
Yeah, I think that's kind of my point is, should we still be allowed to import things that aren't TPD that aren't TPD compliant? Should I be able to buy a Tayfun GT3 that is a 5mm tank?
But also, like, when you break the law, are you not held responsible in the country that the law was broken? So if it's illegal to sell, if it's legal for Germany to sell a 5mm tank to a member of the public, if they're allowed to do that legally and you're a member of the public, surely it's their laws that sale is governed by, not yours.
I suppose it's more that, yeah. And what I was thinking was, if I went to Germany, if I've gone to Germany and wandered into a shop and gone, are they going to go, no, you're English, you're only allowed 2mm? Would they do? They wouldn't do that in the shop, would they? They'd quite happily sell it to me. So wouldn't you expect them to, if I rang them up and said, oh, can you just post this out to me? Even though I'm in the UK, wouldn't you expect them to post it to me? And then it's on my head if it gets caught in customs.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not illegal for them to sell it, though, then it shouldn't be a problem anyway.
Because yeah, they're not going to get, if they sell it to me, they're not going to get done, are they? It's legal for them to sell it, as far as I'm aware. It's legal for them to sell it in Germany. I don't think there's any rules that prohibit them from selling to another country.
No, not as far as I'm aware.
So I don't see why they shouldn't post it to us. It would be on, you know, if it gets caught in customs and gets confiscated, then it's my fault. I ordered it and shouldn't be shipping it into the UK. It is. Whether should we be actually ordering it in the first place, or should we just be behaving ourselves?
Yeah, very good point. Tricky one. I don't know where the law lies, so it's very hard for me to say. But it just sounds like one of those situations of why are they getting involved?
Yeah, I would be expecting customs and excise to be doing it, not DPD. I don't understand why they're going to the effort and the cost to do that when our customs and excise franchising it out and paying them to do it.
Yeah, who knows?
So I like the comment. Would anyone use the dark web to buy 72 milligram Nick?
Nope.
That's a tough one as well, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't, because again, it's where's it coming from? What am I getting? I would never have bought. I wouldn't buy 72 milligram Nick from China.
I know people that buy 100% pure Nick from China.
No, don't do that. Do not do that.
It actually comes in a glass bottle, and in the glass bottle, it's the whole bottle is covered in wax. It's like a thick 2 centimeter wrapped in wax to stop any. But no, it easily to get hold of. Not for me.
No.
Not my cup of tea, that. Very careful with stuff like Nick and VG and PG.
You wouldn't import PG or VG. It just wouldn't be worth the cost of the transport. You know, you can get VG. What do we pay? 1,200, either 1,200 or 1,600 quid for 1,000 litres. It's just not worth. It's just not worth it. You may as well buy it in the UK. Support the UK. Okay, I'm sure it's probably coming from other sources around the world, but let the distributor deal with that.
So Badger's saying that cross-border sales are covered under the TPD, but there's nothing in place. Another page in the book that's missing by the sound of it.
Lots of pages missing.
Yeah, indeed. One too many.
So what are we saying then? Keep your nose out, mind your own business, or are we thanking them for being vigilant?
It's a bit of both, isn't it? Really?
It depends if they're because the post I saw was they had stopped an import of zero Nick. Whoever had ordered it, it was 120 ml bottles of zero Nick, and it had got stopped. And I didn't see the conclusion in the thread. All I saw was it's held. They're not releasing it. They're either going to destroy it or send it back.
Yeah. The conclusion was the company in question that looks after vape shops' rights got that sorted, got it released, told them to mind their own business. Not sure why you'd need a company to do that for you, but hey ho.
Well, I guess if you're not too au fait with the law, then the company that looks after vape shops' rights.
Then you shouldn't be running a vape shop. End of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends, because sometimes you can be telling these people blue in the face, you know, I know I'm right, I know it is legal for me to buy it because I'm going to sell it on or whatever, I'm going to do whatever with it. But if they're like, well, no, it's not TPD compliant, we're not sending it in, you sometimes need somebody else, somebody of, I don't know, higher authority to go, actually, he is right, give it to him. An unbiased person. Does that make sense?
No.
No?
Not for the monthly fee that it costs to join this said association. But each to their own. Each to their own.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like the Federation of Small Businesses, isn't it? You know.
Why don't you just sell carry bags and give away free liquid with it?
Oh, don't even start me off. I mentioned that last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
You can't do that, can you? I know you can't.
No, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not one to mention names, so let them get on with it.
Apart from the womanizer, you'll happily drop that in the conversation.
Huh?
Apart from the womanizer, you'll happily drop that in the
Oh,
conversation.
of course.
You got to rep what you love.
Oh, come on. That saves me a job.
Listen, love, sort yourself out.
Exactly.
I don't know. Robots taking over.
Oh.
Here, has anyone seen the survey that the University of Birmingham have put out this week?
I saw it when you sent us some screenshots of it.
Our survey says,
Yeah.
So the University of Birmingham want to know if you're a parent, and have you ever used e-cigarettes, vaped? If yes, we'd love to hear your reviews. Please complete the short survey online. And as helpful as I like to be in the industry, I did.
Do you see how much vape he's getting out of that CE4?
I didn't even spot that. Let's have a look.
Look at it again.
Hang on.
let's not get started on posters, guys.
Oh no.
Mate,
What coils has he got in there?
Bear Clouds, fam. I want to get me one of them CE4 things, yeah?
That's the
He's
free
got a
bong.
lanyard on it still, the fucking pedo.
We all went to uni. That's the free bongs he had to hit on before he had to go on the vape.
So I went through and I partook in said survey. Now I thought I was helping out because, as you can see, it is funded by
Our good old mates, Cancer Research.
Cancer Research.
Yay!
Who
We like cancer research.
can you see the whole of my screen, or is it?
Yeah, no, we can see it.
We can see it all, but yeah, it's a bit.
It's funded by Cancer Research. So the money that we collected a couple of weeks ago, collecting for Cancer Research,
We'd have paid for this.
probably helped fund for this. I kind of feel bad now for slagging it off.
I know you've made your bed now. Fucking lie in it.
I've spent money on worse shit, mate.
Plastic card. Some of the questions on this smart survey, they felt loaded.
Funny like they looked at it as well.
So one of the first ones that I actually felt the need to screenshot as I was going through. How often are sweet flavored e-liquids, fruit, chocolate, butterscotch, etc., used by you and or others in your household?
Everything except Nick Shots is sweetened.
Can you actually buy something that is not a sweet flavour? Well, yeah, I suppose you can get some tobacco flavours.
But they're still sweetened.
But what are they getting at? What are they getting at? What are they?
I think they're trying to work out if anybody is still vaping that roast beef juice that Hankson released.
That's what they're trying to get to the bottom of. Yeah,
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Or the smoky bacon one.
Are they trying to insinuate that by vaping sweet flavored liquids near or around children is going to encourage them to eat more, to vape more? I don't understand the relevance of that question.
I'm also looking at my juices, thinking which one is not. Would I not classify as a sweet juice?
Go back to that question again, Mark. Bring that screen share back up.
Hang on. I'm lining them up, ready to share them.
Even my tobacco flavors are with a hint of caramel or something like that. So that even those you would class as.
Here, let's have a look at this again.
There we go, Chris.
By the way, has anybody tried a butterscotch flavored juice?
Do you reckon maybe they've seen these pictures of these fucking Schnookers and Coca-Cola and they thought that's what they're referring to?
Maybe.
Ones that are packaged like kids would eat them.
Maybe. So
I was a kid and I thought I could get liquid bounties. It would have saved me a whole lot of chewing.
Look, at the end of the day, right, we have to look at this from both sides. It could be that the reason they want that data is because they want to demonstrate that most vapors use sweet flavors and use that to try and offset the likelihood of a flavor ban. So there's every possibility that they could have genuine intentions with a question like that.
okay.
The trouble is, you can't really answer that any other way than saying all the time.
So our next question, where are your e-liquid bottles stored in your home? So the options that they're giving us are purse or bag, drawer cupboard, refrigerator, open counter or shelf. Don't know.
Wasn't there an option for inside your cat? Because that's where I tend to put mine.
That comes under other, please specify.
Ah, I've got a shed.
You know what I mean? They're pushing the fact that we're leaving shit lying around.
Yeah, well, there is no option of locked away, is there?
If you look at question 31, are the e-liquid bottles used by you or others in your household usually locked up? But you didn't specify that in question 29.
No.
That wasn't an option.
Yeah, I put on the refrigerator. They are also locked up because my children are fat little shits and they just raid it. So we've locked it up for that reason, but coincidentally, the liquid's safe. What are they trying to ascertain from that?
Exactly. What's this got to do? Here we go. This one was absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure Stu will have an opinion on this. Has a health professional ever talked to you about safe storage of e-liquids? Would you like a health professional to provide you with information about safe storage of e-liquids?
Why would a health professional need to?
Beats me, mate. This is my point.
When does a health professional ever talk to you about vaping?
Mark, excuse me, mate. Do you need someone to come around and tell you where you need to store your Mr. Muscle?
Exactly.
Plug hole unblocker. I mean, my nephew, very unfortunately, ate caustic soda crystals when he was a kid. It's a story I don't really want to go into, but when I was a kid, I drank creosote. And when my little brother was a kid, he drank white spirit. There's, you know, there are a lot of us, well, I say a lot of us, there's definitely me and my family that know how dangerous it can be to leave shit about.
See, when I was a kid, I just drank gin.
I made a mistake of nicking a bottle of Pachin at my mum's stores.
Fine choice, sir.
Pachin is a very, very, very strong potato-based alcohol.
So my next question. Should the sale of e-cigarettes to minors be banned? Who wrote this?
It is.
Who wrote this shit?
This is the sort of thing you would ask in concept design for an e-cigarette. Like, if e-cigarettes did exist, where do you think you would put them? You know, like a test to see whether the world is clever enough to own an e-cigarette. You know, like, have you seen those Dumbing Down of America videos where they ask them like normal questions, they don't know the answers?
So what your thoughts, guys? Should the sale of e-cigarettes to minors under 18 years, should it be banned?
Yeah.
Should it be banned? Is it not already?
I believe it is at the moment, yes.
Honest to God.
It is 0 milligram.
In my shop, yes.
No, I get that in responsible shops it will be, but is it legally?
Now that is a good question. Considering 0 milligram doesn't come under TPD regulations. I would assume not.
However, but the age on Rizzlers is 18. Therefore, surely any other paraphernalia would be 18.
Yeah, but that's... I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't agree with the sale of zero, but it's just...
I know. Same here, but
It doesn't specify. It says, should the sale of e-cigarettes to minors be banned? It is.
now they may be able to buy zero.
No, it doesn't mention
Zero. I know. But just going back to the zero, they'd be able to buy the zero nick perhaps, but they wouldn't be able to buy oat to put it in. They wouldn't be able to buy a mod or a tank or anything to vape it with, even with or without nicotine.
You could buy a pipe at 16. You can't buy a tobacco to put in it. You know, I'm not saying that. It was just a question, really.
Yeah, interesting one. I don't know the answer to that one.
Everyone does know the answer. Be interesting to know.
I quite like this one as well. Do you think that secondhand smoke from tobacco smoke is more or less dangerous to the health of children or young people compared to the secondhand vapor from e-cigarettes?
Well, we know the answer to this one.
These are university people. Surely they should know the answer to this. Not
You would have. I actually think this question is because there is a lot of people that do believe that vaping is as bad or worse, or at least as bad as cigarettes. I purely think that question is to gauge public opinion. What do you think? Kind of a question.
You should put in that other specify. I think whoever wrote this is a fucking moron.
They actually asked me if I'd, at the end of the survey, would I be interested in partaking in surveys in the future? Would I be interested in partaking in passing on my understanding and knowledge and all this shit? Hell yeah.
You've just been given a job as a university lecturer. Well,
as Marcus has just said, this has come from someone or a group of people that doesn't understand vaping, but we're given the task of investigating vaping. Maybe a student that doesn't vape, that is doing a study on business. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I totally appreciate that. That it may be a first year.
Is that what it actually said at the end? It was said it was...
No. We're just assuming that. But it could be. It could be. But they published this.
As somebody who knows a little bit about vaping, it comes across as incredibly patronizing and some blatantly, like you say, questions where they ought to know the answers as an educational institute, which made me think they are trying to gauge the public's perception of vaping rather than the facts. Does that make sense? But it does come across as patronizing and, oh my god, what the hell's this?
I've got to say, it does. The thing with when you're trying to produce data for analysis is that sometimes the questions have to look loaded to get honest answers. You know, sometimes if the questions are written in a very middle of the road way, all you end up with is very middle of the road answers, which don't really give you a true reflection, and the data is less usable. So questions often come across in surveys, especially well-constructed surveys, as being very loaded one side or the other, because that is the best way. Because essentially, like, if you look at those questions, what you're going to get is the people that very strongly agree or very strongly disagree with them are going to hammer that button straight away. They're going to go, yeah, that's absolutely right, vaping's fucking dangerous. Or they're going to go, yeah, that's absolutely right, you fucking moron. You know, of course my liquids are stored locked up. Like, I look at a survey like that and I don't see it as stupid. I see it as constructed in order to get genuine answers out of people. That's what that looks like to me. I don't think any of that is weighted to produce negative answers about vaping. I think it's weighted to get honesty out of people, if I'm being completely straight.
As Badger just said, but it's aimed at parents that vape. So a parent that vapes should know secondhand vape is safe and illegal to sell to minors.
If they didn't,
Of course they should know, but the survey wants to find out if they do know.
And as Marcus just
I
said,
think
Cancer Research UK, not much involvement in this questionnaire. I'm sure not. I'm sure they've got something in place that supports universities for studies towards cancer research. And when they're obviously talking about electronic cigarettes and children and everything else, it appears to be a good thing to support. However, I think someone with a brain should have gone through these questions beforehand.
you do get these arguments though with the should it be for sale to minors? Is, well, what if you've got minors that are smoking?
Regardless, it's against the law.
I agree with that completely, but are you looking at...
What if my 16-year-old son had got a smack habit?
Yeah, no, I agree. I was throwing in another argument, and I think it's vape products ought to be available almost like on a prescription, perhaps.
Well, there's actually mention of them being available on prescription, but it looks like it's going to be Big Tobacco that provide the device.
Oh, way. Well, I don't think I don't think anybody can argue. Oh, right, let's give somebody trying to quit smoking, some 15-year-old, a high-end squonker and get them clouds bro, you know, a small CE4, anything, with a half decent, just a nicotine tobacco flavour for them.
Some Hangsen from one of your old fucking tanks.
That'll do. I've got shitloads of that left in my cupboard. I could donate them.
I don't know. It concerns me that maybe we're looking at this the way we want to see it and not the way we should see it. Genuinely, like, I think, you know, we're getting so hypersensitive to seeing 1,000,001 pages of absolute bullshit about vaping that we're almost looking for it to be bullshit before we even know if it is. Like, we don't know what this data is going to be used for. You know, we don't know even why they're specifically needing these questions answered.
To me, by the way the questions are loaded, it would appear that they're on the negative.
But like I said, that at the same time, that loading can be used deliberately in order to create more honesty. It could be either or, and unless you actually speak to the person that commissioned the survey, you're going to struggle to get any idea of why it's like that. I mean, you know, just being straight up, like, what's the easier question to answer? Where are your e-liquids stored, or are your e-liquids stored? Choose an option. Like, what's the easier question? What's the easier question to answer?
Oh, the tick boxes get completed a whole lot more easily than somebody who has to write a couple of sentences.
People are more likely to fill out surveys, A, if they feel engaged by the questions, and B, if they have multiple choice answers. And the best way to get people engaged with questions is to ask extreme questions that demand extreme responses. Very few people will be on the fence about a lot of that. A lot of what's there won't be many fence sitters. And so they'll get very clear data that's one way or the other.
I do agree a little bit with Mark for that particular question, where it was, where is it stored? It gave you some options, and then in the and none of them included locked up. And then the very next question was, should you lock it up?
But again, could you not argue that that would be for data correlation purposes, that they need to be on two separate questions, so that when they're plotting their graph points, they've got a line of intersection so that they can determine the percentage of people more easily that are locking their stuff up.
And I do think some people who vape are, because you're used to, as a smoker, going to the shop, buying a packet of fags. When you run out, you go and buy another packet of fags. There will be some people who will be going to their local their local petrol station. They will be buying the cheap CE3s off from behind the counter. They will buy a bottle of juice. Where is the liquid stored? In my pocket.
Yeah.
And as soon as that liquid runs out, shit, run out, off to the petrol station, buy my next pack of 20, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. I think that's probably true of far more people than we realise in our little corner of the world. We probably don't see that as often.
I do think it's us hobbyists that have got a stash of e-liquid bottles in a cupboard. Those that are transitioning from I'm just using this to stop smoking are less likely to have a hoard of e-liquid. They're just going to have, you know, handful of cartos, couple of batteries, and enough e-liquid to last them.
Thank you to Pete in the chat. That's the word I was trying to remember but didn't want to say it. A quantitative study. A quantitative study is basically a study with the intention of producing numeric data. So things are structured in such a way as to produce data points that can be fed into charts and graphs and analysed by data programs and all that kind of thing, which is...
But could it not also be said that it's a qualitative study?
I think they don't look like the kind of questions that you would get in a qualitative study, though, do they? Like
they're asking for types. They're asking for specifics. For example, where do you keep your e-liquid? That's qualitative. That's quantitative, not qualitative. Sorry, that's qualitative, not quantitative.
See,
that's the
kind of question where they want to create 5 points on a graph that way, and then have 2 bars for each one, locked and unlocked, and be able to show percentages in each point, and then have, you know, a bar for locked and a bar for unlocked side by side under each point. I don't know.
Reading it though, it does read like, from our point of view, knowing a bit about e-juice and what's safe, what's not, knowing the law, reading it feels like somebody who doesn't know what they're on about.
Yeah, and it probably is. It probably is someone who doesn't know what they're on about. But I mean, you know, let's be clear here. I am the most cynical cunt in the world. I'm really fucking bad for it. And, you know, Mark and Chris that have known me for quite a while now, they will agree. I am the first one to pick fault in things that look like they've got holes in them. You know, and I often do so to my fault. I'm usually too quick to jump on things and not give them a chance to actually, you know, show their true colours. But I think it's in cancer research's best interests for vaping to do well. And I'm sure that they know that, because they wouldn't be backing it. They wouldn't have publicly made a statement backing it unless they knew that. And I think it would represent extreme cognitive dissonance for them to, on one hand, say, yes, we believe that vaping is good, and then on the other hand to say, but we're now going to publish a bunch of data that shows how it's bad. Like, for someone who is supposed to appear as an informative authority on a subject, that would be a dumb move. Like, it makes them look shit at their jobs. If they go, yeah, vaping's great, 97% less cancerous, and then 6 months later go, yeah, vaping's shit because vapors aren't storing their vapes properly, they look like idiots.
Pete's just said, if you give a multiple choice, it's quantitative. If they leave a text box, it's qualitative.
That's right, yeah.
That I taught this for years. Okay, we have a quantitative option there, but we also have a qualitative. So that was my point. They're giving us options. They are sort of ganging us into a particular box. Yes, they are giving us an option as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it looks to me like the text box is there for the sake of people that genuinely can't answer the questions, and what they're hoping is that the multiple choices are where you'll, you know, pick your point. ultimately, this is all conjecture. You know, you can't know unless you speak to them. You'd have to find out who commissioned the survey, and you'd have to write to them and ask them what the aim is of the survey. You know, and that would be the best way to find out. And that's something that's not particularly difficult to do. You know, you would send a couple of emails, wait a few days, get a name, send a letter, wait a few weeks, and you'd have an answer. You know, so maybe that's a step worth taking, is just speaking to the person that commissioned the survey and saying, what's the end game? You know, why have you decided to gather this specific data?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, in that case, I'll tell you what, Mark, if you send me a link to it, I'll get in contact with them and see if I can get a response, and we'll come back to it in a future episode.
Future episode?
Future episode. That's if you let me back on. That's the question.
Have you back? We've got to at least have you back until your beard grows back.
Well, yeah, it's true. I don't look like James Hetfield anymore.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm not.
I know.
This is really annoying me. I look like I've got a spot, but I haven't got a spot. My camera's just making the side of my nose really red, and it's fucking annoying me.
And do you know how often I do this and there's nothing there?
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Terrible.
They are all over it tonight.
Oh, how to save a life lyrics. Okay.
Jeez.
Is that? No, we're not going there. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it's the best survey ever written or anything. I'm not saying that it's like the survey to set the standard for all surveys. I'm just saying, to offer a point of, you know, countenance, it might not be as bad as you think.
Guys, just very quickly, can we check our chat, please?
Our chat.
So I think it's something that we'll revisit. Something we'll come back to. Let's hope we can get a definitive response from Birmingham University, and we will know. Mark.
Every time we delete one now, somebody tells us off. Half the time it's Dolan.
If I'm not getting any, no one else is.
Yeah, but do you really want some from the kind of person that has to advertise on a website in a Google Hangouts chat for a show with 44 live viewers? Bearing in mind that no one plays the chat back when they watch the show back.
That's true.
Can you play the chat back when you're watching?
Yeah, you can. It replays it live, but you can't interact with it. So most people, as far as I know, certainly, you know, if I watch back a live video, and most of the people I know, they just full screen it.
I was going to say, I tend to watch it on the. I tend to watch when I watch back. I tend to watch it on the. I think it's the PS4 that I've got connected to the big telly, and that doesn't do chat. So
Reese has just said it doesn't give you the chat on ours. It does on some, but it doesn't on ours apparently.
I hadn't noticed chat on a playback. I'll have a look.
I think if you're on a YouTube gaming license, it gives you chat playback. Yeah.
Didn't know there was a YouTube gaming license.
YouTube has got a separate like sub address for gaming streamers, and it's got like night mode built into it and stuff. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Anyone got anything else to add?
Anyone else got any opinions on the survey?
Not massively.
Chris doesn't care about surveys.
Oh, good old Dale. He sees drama and in he comes.
Yeah. The Batman of drama.
Dale Wilkinson, aka the Drama Llama.
Nah. Oh.
Ah, bless him.
Why does Tom Tremaine keep repeating Vape Mate? Vape Mate. Isn't Vape Mate's a company?
Maybe.
Okay.
He's from Camden, so who knows?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, bonus? Maybe a little bonus?
Bonus? Oh, bonus.
Bonus.
Is it bonus time, Dolan, or did you have more? Did you have
No,
more?
I'm done.
Because I've got fuck all this week. Actual fuck all.
I've got actually no bonus. Although I think we should honourably mention Ready Player One again.
We probably should mention Ready Player One again, yeah. Yeah. Steven Spielberg is directing a movie of Ready Player One, and that's coming out soon. And me and Chris are really, really excited.
Like
really excited.
so excited. So if anyone needs more information on that, hit me up. I've appointed myself official ambassador.
Okay. Dare I ask what it is?
It's a film, mate.
Okay, there you go.
It's going to be incredible. I'll hanging around probably in Hangouts for 10 minutes, half an hour after the show, so I'll go into rigorous detail with you.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh, Dale's ruining it. I was baiting someone. For fuck's sake, you can't do a good bit of baiting these days, can you? You just can't. There's always some tubby, bald Yorkshire cunt comes along and fucking ruins it. You beautiful bastard.
I love the way you insult him and compliment him in the same sentence.
Yeah. They're also not all run by Asians. I mean, that's actually empirically not true, because we know people that run vape shops in London that aren't Asian. So, yeah, well, you're not bald, yeah, you've just got very short hair. Yeah, no, that's reasonable. Yeah.
You just look like a meatball that's been rolled in a cat basket.
Even Tom's come out to play.
Oh, Miss Dale.
Even Tom.
Oh, the vaping crappers here. They're all coming out. This is great. This is really great.
None of us bothered to join us on the show anymore, but
No, none of them can be bothered. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Are we gonna do? Are we doing bonus?
Oh, I need to rein it in.
Does
Awkward.
does he really?
What?
Bye bye, sweetheart.
I've lost my bear.
Yeah. I need to know. No, that's probably not ever going to happen. That's kind of not reining it in, sort of my thing, isn't it? It's sort of my shtick. It's probably yeah. Yeah.
Should we move to bonus then? And
Bonus.
yeah, let's move
Do we
to
not want to
bonus.
spend a bit more time talking about this, or are we definitely moving to bonus?
Well, we can multitask, can't we?
Okay. Oh, you've unbanned him, Mark.
Yeah. Dale had got something to say, so.
Oh, I see. He's probably gone though. Most people get banned and they instantly fuck off, don't they?
Yeah, but he's watching the show, so he's a number.
True.
Oh, you need
You get very hurt.
Even numbers. Oh,
That is a fair point. So, bonus?
I'm trying to find the boner page. What's it called? Padlet.
oh, good. Yeah.
There we go.
Tom, I actually used to have a mate called Richard that we called Red Cap. That was actually his nickname. So that's kind of taken in my circle, mate. I can't have it. And he was called Red Cap because he also used to always wear a red cap, but like a Fred Durst red cap. Where's screen share? Very much just talking to fill the gap while I'm screen sharing. There we go. There we go.
Oh.
We can't have any dead air, guys.
No dead air. Got to talk about something, even if the something that you're talking about is absolutely nothing.
But
That's most of the show.
Humor is it can be humor and racist, and one of those things we're okay with, but the other one we're not okay with.
Absolutely.
So that's the thing there. That's the thing there.
I just enlarged the wrong screen because you were sharing your boner wall and I thought it was my webpage. There you go. Just thought I'd share that one.
Oh.
Oh, you're gonna get beaten.
What?
I'm going to get severely beaten.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Are we sorry, is this still chat? I thought it was something that had gone into the boner wall.
No, not yet.
Okay.
You have death threats on Stu.
Yeah.
No, like how stupid.
That's cool, actually, because I've got his Google account name and that threat, and I've just hit print screen on my keyboard. So...
Paranoia.
That's really good. That's really good.
Okay, moving on.
He's going to bend you over his knee and spank you, boy. Squeal like a pig, boy.
Squirrel, bigot! Who's bonering first?
I've not got anything, so knock yourselves out.
I've got a couple. And Chandler, you had a couple, didn't you?
I've got one at the moment.
Chris, you got any?
None.
What?
Hello. I've had very fucking busy week, guys.
Okay, I'll start. It's fine. I'll start.
Well, I particularly want to say this plug is very nice.
Oh yeah, this is a very general one that hasn't been bonered yet, and I know it's one that really divides vapors. So I just kind of wanted to see what people thought. Ultem. Just Ultem.
Ultem.
Just Ultem in general.
Just Ultem in general. Okay.
I know it's a thing that very much splits people, and I think people probably know my opinions on it by now. But I've never really kind of gauged the general feeling of our viewer base as to where people stand on Ultem. Because I am a huge fan. I think Ultem is lovely. Stays nice and cool. I like personally the way it looks. It looks really cool when you polish it. You know, I just think Ultem's pretty dope. What are our collected thoughts on Ultem?
I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. But it's yeah, there's no real. I used to think it was really nice, and I started seeing like all Ultem boxes, and I thought, oh, that's a bit scary.
Oh no, I love an all Ultem box.
All Ultem.
No, I actually pissed, Dale. Stay up with what's going on the show, mate.
I don't mind Ultem. I mean, I've got an Ultem Wasp, and I've got nothing against it. And all Ultem, it's just a thing, isn't it? It is an unfortunate color.
You see, I don't know that it is an unfortunate color. Like, we don't get mad at yellow in other situations. You know, we don't get, well, I don't know, wasps. We fucking hate wasps.
Well, to be honest, it has been christened, you know, the piss color, but yeah, effectively it's the same color as amber, and amber is
beautiful. Yeah, exactly.
You know, an amber, you know, those blocks of amber where you've got some prehistoric insect trapped inside it.
Oh.
I mean, they can be gorgeous.
Badger, if you ban him, I can't get my severe beating. I haven't had a good tug job in ages. Reese has had her nails done.
Unban him. Unban him. I'm enjoying this.
I'll send him Stu's address and go around.
I've got a feeling in chat my wasp's not going down too well. No, I'm sure you can just yeah.
That was our Thomas Wood that didn't like that.
Look at that. It's lovely. I've even got a matching Ultem drip tip. Oh, like that.
That drip tip is very long, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is long, but I do like you know, a little bit of length in my mouth.
That made her giggle. Yeah.
I can't be doing
yeah,
that.
Ultem does come in different colours, and people don't tend to use it in other colours for vaping very much. It does only seem to come in yellow, but I don't know. I think it's a really neat material. I like the colour of it, and I feel like it deserves a bit of love, but people tend to hate on it because it happens to unfortunately be the same colour as wee wee.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a shame, personally. I think Ultem's pretty fucking good.
It's it's plastic. It's only. I've got nothing against it. There you go.
Side out.
In fact, pretty good is actually where I'd like to put it.
It's heat resistant. It's more heat resistant than.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. There's no.
But it looks like piss.
There's a bit.
I think it's been overused. There you are.
Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. But then, like, have you seen the Ultem?
No.
It's a freehand that's all Ultem.
Ooh.
And it looks fucking lovely. It looks so nice.
Mm. I could imagine like an all Ultem phobic mod would look great as well.
So what I'd actually really like to see is like a mech mod done out of Ultem with conductive lining inside it so that it functions properly. I think that would look fucking cool.
There you go. That's a challenge for you.
It's pretty doable.
Yeah.
You basically just make a very thin mech mod and then stick it inside an Ultem tube.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I would like to place Ultem in very good, or pretty good, sorry. I think Ultem is pretty good, and I think people need to stop hating it so much just because it's yellow.
I like it more than pretty good. I think it's, you know, decent, like, but.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Dolan, any feels on Ultem?
I don't like it.
Ah, there's always one. Always one. So, I mean, Chris is effectively saying it goes in freaking awesome. Me and Chandler are saying it goes in pretty good. And then where's Dolan trying to put it?
I'm in cunty.
Oh, fuck off! Low down.
I hate
It
it.
ain't that bad. It looks.
My God!
Keep it in pretty good.
I thought you were better than this, Dolan. So you're
One of
really
those
having pretty good.
subjective things, isn't it? Some people like stabilized wood or resin, but others don't, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've got another one, and this one is probably going to be a bit less divisive. Because you know when I said I was vaping this Indigene liquid, that is actually my other boner. Because, not strictly speaking because of the flavour, because I know normally when we bone a juice, it's always that classic of like, I haven't vaped it, I can't say. But I happen to be a huge fan, as you all know, of collaboration in the industry. You know, me and Chris did a lot of collaborations to make the Vulcan 1 happen. The Vulcan Juice line was a collaboration with a very talented home brewer that I know that wanted to do something commercial. There's, you know, collaboration in the industry, I think, is kind of what makes our industry so special. The fact that competitors come together and help each other, and everyone prospers as a result. And the Indigene line, which is currently just these two flavors, Tamahawk and Kona Packer, is a collaboration between Manabush and Druid's Brew.
Of course you're gonna like it though. It's named like your juice is. Weird.
Well, it's named very much like in the vein of Manabush stuff, with American Indian sounding kind of names, which I do think is a bit odd, if it being a collaboration. I do think, you know, that leans it more towards Manabush's market than Druid's Brew. But I just love the fact that two really well-respected, very sort of grown-up juice companies that have always done it right. You know, they've never aimed anything at kids. They've never made anything less than very clearly for grown-ups. All the marketing's always been dead sensible. You know, they don't play fucking obnoxious music at expos or anything. Like, I just think two really fucking sorted companies coming together like that and producing a product that I think is banging is a really, really good example of how we should be doing it. So I'm kind of bonering it because I think it represents something that is really sweet and should, you know, should be a bit of a model for all of them.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Get together with like minds and do something awesome, you know. Dolan?
Again, love collaboration. If that's what we're voting on, yeah, collaboration, good. I've not tasted the juice. Mana Bush juice is incredible.
I think if you like Mana Bush, you'll struggle to dislike this.
Are they the ones that made that weird lime thing?
No, Mana Bush do all the naturally extracted tobaccos and the artificial tobaccos. Their entire line is tobacco based. If you haven't ever tried them, try Nanabozo and Coyote Coconut. Those two are both fucking incredible.
I think I have. They did some sort of lime cupcake or something, I think. I could have sworn it was them, but it was very good.
It doesn't sound like them to me.
It might have been someone else then.
Probably was someone else. As far as I know, Mana Bush have only ever done tobacco. Isn't that right? Has anyone else ever seen them do anything that wasn't tobacco?
Well, I think it's tobacco based, isn't it?
Because I know they do two lines. They do Spirit Walker and Mana Bush. And Mana Bush is naturally extracted tobacco. So the tobacco flavouring actually comes from tobacco plants. And Spirit Walker, I believe that's right. I think it's the flavouring. Is it the flavouring or the nicotine?
I'm pretty sure Martin only it's all nicotine, isn't it? I know they released a new line at Fest this year that wasn't
tobacco-based nicotine. Yeah, that's Spirit Walker. Oh yeah, they've got Bunker. Yeah, Bunker is I think it's 4 flavors that are designed to go well with tea or coffee. They're designed to vape pair with tea or coffee. And they're all decent as well.
Go on then, you can stick it high up, I think.
Am I allowed?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Am I allowed it up at like fully charged?
I think it's more the collaboration you're going for than
yeah, I'll
and
edit
the anticipation of it being a good juice rather than it is a good juice. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a fan of Mana Bush, you're gonna like it. Like, I guarantee you're gonna like it. It's very much in the same vein as what Mana Bush have been doing. It's just, you know, flavor profiles that don't currently exist in Mana Bush's range. But if either of these juices came out as Mana Bush, you wouldn't be surprised. You'd be very happy with them as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Sold.
Who's next?
So I stick mine in.
Oh,
here we go.
Right,
let's see if I can add it in. I'm still not very quick at this, am I? Add attachment. And drag and drop. Here it comes. Forgive me if this has been in before. I think the will probably. There it goes.
Oh, I saw one of these crop up earlier.
Oh my!
Beautiful as well.
Say that again.
Somebody put a post up on one of the groups saying, "Does anyone know where to get hold of one of these beautiful things?"
Oh,
it made me shudder.
This is the Smock Mag. I wonder if you can work out what it is designed to resemble. What inspiration was they took to
the Vape Target.
It's supposed to be. It's supposedly the butt of a gun. Yeah. There you go. What do you think?
It's fucking
Zomo.
Yeah.
Zomo.
It's. I think to rename the Zomo Laser GT 255 category.
Can I say? Can you see that silver button that's just underneath the fire button? I nearly called it a trigger. that silver button just under there. If you press that, the batteries drop out from underneath.
Of course they do.
Exactly like a magazine.
Of course they do. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
Yeah. I'm like,
Guys, I think
okay.
what we need to do here is rename the Laser GT category to Smock Mag. I think we found the new Zomo Laser GT 255, guys.
Why are we even
Yep.
wasting airtime on this? Stop advertising it. Get it off the screen.
Works great left-handed.
Rename column. Smock Mag. Save. Drag.
Yeah, because I'd much rather be seen with a Zomo laser.
I agree.
So
I
that
would
is-
rather be seen
that
as
is saying
placing a
something.
Zomo laser in each hand. Just don't let Dale find out that I said that ever, because he'll send me
We'll send you the spare stock.
and the camera.
There you go. That's for your Instagram.
Beautiful.
There you go. That's me done.
I've got one that I want to add now. Having had a brief, excuse me, I got the right hiccups. Having had a brief conversation with Big Tom.
Oh, that you're gonna put it on.
I am, because I've just done a bit, excuse me, I've done a bit of research on it, and yeah, I want opinions.
It's very silly, isn't it?
What is it?
CBD water.
Hey?
CBD water, and you fucking hiccups.
You okay, hon?
Yeah, I'll be all right. And
Maybe not.
apparently, you can only take. Is that the right word to use? Using a nebulizer.
Well, everyone's got one of them knocking about, haven't they?
Comes with one.
Thoughts?
So, what do you do with it? A nebulizer?
Well,
What's one of them?
look at the bottom right-hand side of the box. You have a nebulizer. Screw your bottle onto your CBD water.
It looks a bit like an asthma inhaler, doesn't it?
It looks
Yeah.
like a, is that like, it looks like those breath fresheners that you squirt in your mouth. Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much. You're inhaling water.
Oh, when you inhale it, so you actually, so it is. Oh, I got you, like an asthma inhaler. Yeah, that's weird.
You get 5 PCSs with it.
Good. Portable cannabis squirters.
Yeah.
That's what that stands for.
5 PCSs. Boom.
Yeah. Man, them got near that PCS fan.
Big Shack.
Did you see that video of him actually doing quick maths?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Quick really slow.
CBD water is an effective, tasty way to take sufficient doses of cannabinoid without dropping tincture into your food, carrying around a vape pen, especially if you don't vape, or remembering to take a gel capsule. It's also easy to tell exactly how much CBD you're getting based on the water bottle's dosage.
It's just an alternative. I mean, I've seen CBD in gummy bears.
Yeah, CBD gummies. I thought that was where you were going with that.
Yeah, and you take what you think of that. Make what you want of that. But having it's no different to having it edible. Why can't you eat it if you want to take CBD?
I'm trying to work out if this is going to work or not.
I just thought you would do. I just thought I'd said something you didn't want to, you weren't listening to.
To be fair, he deserves
Suddenly
it.
realised it's a hiccup cure.
I've got to say,
Hey,
that has actually worked.
excellent. I love the fact that beer has cured your hiccups.
Don't encourage him to drink more.
I just think it's just an alternative way of taking it, isn't it? It's no more or less.
But it's so silly. Are we not going to talk about how silly it is?
Why?
Who's going to carry that around with them? If you whip that out, in front of anyone else, you'll never have any friends ever again.
No one's gonna. We're looking at people who don't. If you vape, then go for CBD in your vape tank. No problems. If you don't vape, why can't you use that?
I just think it looks.
Why have you gone really high pitched?
I don't know.
If we keep arguing with him, will he keep going higher pitched? Can we see how far we can push it?
Oh, hang on. I've got to add this photo.
Oh, you found another photo?
So I'm just going to add this just for showing purposes as usual, going in John O'Brien. There we go.
What's this?
That's the nebulizer you use to.
What? Hey.
Oh, how do I get that bigger?
Why does it look like that?
Tickle it at the end. That works.
Okay. Okay, that's. Oh my lord. Okay, so you stick that. I couldn't see the. It's really hard to see that it's got a face mask on it, hasn't it?
Is it me or does it look like a shiwi?
It. Yeah, you can barely. I bet that you can barely. I think it's the angle I've got my screen on. There we go. Yeah.
A breast pump or a shiwi or. It looks very medicinal, doesn't it?
It does, and if you do whip that out in public, people would just think that you're taking medicine.
I mean, it definitely strikes me as something between someone who is, and I hesitate to say this, terminally ill would carry that, or possibly some sort of feminine hygiene product.
What's with the white cross on the front? It screams pharmaceutical.
Yeah, which is exactly not what you're allowed to do with CBD. Is imply that it's medicine.
Yeah.
I just no deal for me. I'm afraid. I just no. I'm sorry.
My thoughts on it is it's just an alternative way of
CBD
taking it.
is made the same way, however, though none of them should get you high. Each one comes with its own set of additional ingredients, flavorings, added terpenes, or aromatic chemicals.
Oh, there's nothing more attractive than aromatic chemicals.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I had a meal that didn't contain aromatic chemicals.
Or you can just drink it.
Utter shite.
Could you, if it is water, could you? Why? Yeah. Why can't you just drink it?
You could just drink it.
Why do you need to faff around with this aromarizer thing?
Aromamizer.
Aromarizer.
That was a tank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. In fact, I think I've got one.
You'll notice I've
You want
scrolled
it?
to reveal the left-hand side of the boner board because I have a feeling I know where this is going. Mark?
Hey, me, I brought it up. I'm not going to...
I mean, I feel it deserves to be somewhere around here just because it's so fucking dumb.
I don't particularly think it's dumb.
I don't either. If it was marketed as a vaping product, then yes, I completely agree. It's dumb as fuck.
And it is, apparently it is being branded as a vaping product.
Yeah, it's being sent to people in the vape industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is done.
I bet fucking Rip Trivers needs a nebulizer with his dry lungs.
If you're not a vapor, I don't, and you want to take CBD, I don't, like you say, if you can just drink it, I don't see why you need to faff around with a nebulizer. But if it's a more effective way of getting the CBD into your system, then why not?
There we go, Marcus Cunty. I think we go with Marcus.
It does. It does strike me as a bit cunty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's almost shite.
Yeah, I'm with Chandler.
I guess the average puts it in running empty.
Oh, you're pushing it there.
Well, two of you want it in almost shite. Two of us want it in proper cunty. Running
Oh,
empty.
go on then. Go on then.
That's fair. That is. Look, that's democratic and everything. That's as reasonable as VTUK gets. That.
That's accurate.
Who's next?
I think that's it, isn't it?
Is that all boners boned?
I think we're boned.
And seeing as well, 20-11. Look at us.
I know it just keeps going, doesn't it? Lately.
Keeps on giving.
I know one thing. I want to
2.5 hours.
One thing I do want to briefly mention is we've got our end of year awards ceremony. We're going to put up a list for public vote. I assume that's how we're doing it.
It actually isn't how we did it last year. So what we did last year was I published a list for everyone with the categories, and everyone made their vote for each category. And then when we come up on the show, you name your nomination, give a very short argument as to why you think it deserves to win, and then the chat chooses which of the 4 wins. So it's actually the live chat that chooses.
Okay.
It makes it sort of a really interactive, very sort of chat-based show, which I know these guys love. These guys here in the chat, and ones. Especially him over there, he fucking loves it. Yeah, that was how we did it last time. It was we choose the nominations, and then basically you get 4 to pick from, and the chat chooses 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then that's declared the winner for that category.
We're going to do the same this year?
I mean, it works really well. We don't have to do it that way. The thing is, iOS do theirs as public vote, and I don't like feeling like we're doing stuff the same as iOS.
Let's not then. Let's do it our way.
Because I'm pretty sure that's why we did it differently last year.
In all seriousness, Al B, that killed my hiccups.
There we go.
Yeah.
We know the answer now.
Covers your ears. That's why you've got your hands over your ears. There you go. Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna. I was looking forward to a vote as to which was the best presenter. You know,
we did do that last year. That was the last category. Riyadh won. Awesome. Not only did Riyadh win, but Riyadh also 3D printed himself a trophy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that really happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a bit strange.
So, you what, mate?
So that was a bit strange.
Yeah, but it happened. It is forever etched into video history.
Right, are we done?
I think we're done.
We're done.
Are we hanging out soon?
I'm not. I've got to be up early.
So have I, but I might still.
I've got to go and shift a 3-piece suite and 2 beds, and then I've got a meeting. So I'm busy as hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go, I'm just going to plug. Podcast is coming out tomorrow or Thursday.
Sound.
So there's another podcast coming out.
That's awesome.
And
we shall be looking forward to very loud drum and bass and excellent Chandlerisms.
And a bit of Leslie.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So,
bye.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.